Hello, friends. What's up, Rachel? What's up, Adrian? What's up, D. Lucetti? What's up, Saka's Bagering? Felipe, Pape Productions, Dynamic League, Cody Peterson. We do hang in. How is everyone doing, y'all?
Hello. Happy 1 week until July 6th Park to one and all, huh?
If you didn't guess, that is why we're here. We're here to ring in the holiday season.
We're ready to start to pull the advent calendar. We assume everybody has their advent calendar it's just 7 days, but it's filled with a dino nugget, and each of the dino nuggets is painted to look like a different member of the cast.
And you crack the nugget with painted as the character, and you pull out your little treat, and you collect them all.
Yeah.
Little bones, and then you grow them back into the original characters.
So you all know how it goes. Also, real quick, just QCing. Are we sounding okay? Are we looking okay? We just want to make sure that we're streaming to your liking.
What's up? Pay no attention. What's up, Jasper?
What's up, Tom?
Max, Tomo, Soren, Adrian, Casino Man. Hello, y'all. Rube, excited for Dragon Prince so much.
Lucetti,
Crayon,
Riferian 3D.
We're hanging. We got
Abbreviated review says we look fine as hell,
Jack's
Jack.
A little quiet.
Jack is so much quieter than Chris.
Okay.
There we go.
I was being protective because last time there was a weird thing where I would pop out, but I'm a crank the gain, and you tell me if you lose me. I'm so tinny. That's surprising.
Tinny or tiny, maybe. Maybe they're just seeing you as just a little cute little tiny dino.
Boy, you can't even hear me. There we go. I knew I got the gain. There was a weird thing. Just popping out. I'm popping out all over the place. You get it. What's up, y'all? How's it going? How you been?
We've missed you.
We've missed you.
Hello.
We've been working real hard. Is why I'm only in your left ear. Very low, only in the left channel. All right, this is good. This is good troubleshooting.
I'll fill both eardrums with beautiful timbre in the meantime while Jack figures this out. It's been a while since we'd uploaded, mainly because I think as the comments discovered, we were sitting in front of a laptop for about 6 months, deciding when would be the perfect time to drop our next sketch, and we really figured that out. I did make my bed for this, as you can tell. Very special occasion. Very, very, very special occasion. But yeah, we are thrilled to have started what will be now a bigger rollout of stuff we've been working on in the background for quite some time, and this is the first to kick off.
Do we want to say even like a ballpark of number of potential vids currently in various levels of production, Chris? Can we say like what this year might have in store?
We are sitting on as shot, and we might even shoot more.
Yeah.
We are now currently sitting on about 14 unreleased sketches in one form or another. And we got our tried and trues. We got the stuff that we're all familiar with. But as you saw in our last one, we're getting a little experimental sometimes too.
We're trying some stuff.
We're trying some stuff this time around.
14. Yeah, it's going to be, we're very, very pumped.
Yeah.
And some of them we're trying some different stuff. Some of them are shorter. Some of them are little like 1 minute things. More than one of them are probably 10-minute short films.
Short films.
We were like, let's go away for a little while. Audio fixed. Cool. Solved it.
Love it.
Very
Save
excited.
those settings. Locked.
It was truly a like, let's it was like, hey, it's been long enough that we haven't released anything. At this point, like, it's not about like, getting something as quick as we can. It's about, let's stock up, lock and load, make a bunch of stuff we're really excited about. We spent a while writing. We spent a while shooting. We're spending a while editing. We're giving ourselves time in all these process. And we're going to come back with a whole bunch of stuff.
And
by
those
the way,
are all the original, like bigger ones. And what we've also done is we've got our library that we're seeding out now in the other platforms. So we've got like cut downs of the sketches that we're going to be like on Instagram releasing all the time. YouTube Shorts will sometimes notify subscribers or not.
Of those
you know?
from all of our old stuff.
Yeah.
So we hope you enjoy revisiting some of those as well. Hi,
Flynn the Redhead. Good night.
Hi. And truly, 100% true fact, that entire 14 block and 15, including the one we just released, every single one of those were fully funded by our Patreon. So thank you so much, anyone in here who's a patron. That was fully like we let that fill the coffers for a little while, and then we went and we spent it all on content, and we made a bunch of sketches. So we're trying a lot of stuff. We're not allowed to write. There's a writer strike. We wrote it all a while ago.
We wrote it all beforehand.
This is the
and
thing.
Also,
these we've been banked. So
thank you, Tom O'Carroll.
SAG also, if we're on strike again for some more, it's all we're good.
Tomo covered, I think, our entire budget right here for the 14 buttes that are going to be gracing our eyeballs.
Thank you, Tomo! Incredible.
Incredible, sir. Shout out to Tomo. Go follow everything he does. It's incredible. His TikTok is amazing. YouTube channel. Go check out all of his stuff. He's great. Yeah, we're really in a very creative space, and it's interesting because it's one of those things where it's the balancing act of like going off into disappearing from a smoke bomb, and then the assumption being we've disappeared when in fact we've been busy. It has
legitimately been like the busiest time. You haven't been hearing it from us, but it's the most like focused and fruitful period for the channel we've had in a very long time. It's pretty awesome.
Someone pointed out we're in a feature film. This is a random thing. We our buddy Tim H, who
also a phenomenal. He's got so much phenomenal stuff on YouTube. Go check out Tim H.
He cast us in his directorial debut, his first feature film, and it's premiering this Saturday at the Dances with Films Film Festival at the Chinese Theater. So if you're in LA, 9:30 p.m. this Saturday, come check out a feature.
Us and Callie Marie Tran and Akilah Hughes. It's very, very exciting, and we're super proud of it, and we can't wait for it to be seen by people in LA this weekend and by broader world at some point.
I think they released the trailer. I don't know if someone can link it in the comments here. I don't know if it's on YouTube. I know it's on Instagram, but maybe you can check that out.
Yeah. Is it going to be available online? I think at some point there will surely be. I think there's already, I don't know what I'm supposed to know, but I think there's chats about distribution, and we'll find out. But the world premiere is just happening now, so you do like a little festival run. You do, you figure all that out. But super exciting time for us.
Heck yeah. But I think the thing that takes the cake, the thing that really is the pinnacle of everything that we've ever done, and I think everything that the Paleolithic period was leading towards is a party 65 million years in the making, and that is the July 6th Park unofficial fan event that is occurring in Los Angeles literally a week from tonight.
Dynasty
Tickets linked
typewriter.
in the top of the chat, and we're doing it. We're going to have an actual July 6th Park in-person blowout event party.
Part of our last year, you remember, we sort of put a little bit of a series finale on the July 6th Park sketches. At the time, we were like, that means next year we could actually do the stupid thing we joke about in all the videos and put way too much time and effort into throwing a party that we'll see. Maybe you will come. Maybe you will get a 1-on-2 hangout with us.
Yeah.
That's not true. Tickets have been sold. Tickets are on sale. Come check it out. We've got cannot.
Thank you, Rube, by the way.
Thank you,
Spare
Rube.
no expense from Dr. John Hammond.
We are truly out here, spare no expense. We keep doing all the things we do in the video of like, do we really need to buy this for this? And yes, we always circle back to like, I guess we do.
Well, we have a lot of like crazy surprises that are starting to come together now for it.
Yeah.
We can't say all of the things, but for those that do, look, we're gonna hopefully be able to like later share some photos and videos from the event and whatnot. But for those that will be able to make it in person, we'll be having like a cosplay contest. We'll be doing like games. There will be maybe a special guest.
We do think we will have a special guest. We think,
might have a very special guest there.
There's going to be potentially some trivia. We cannot screen the movie because of it's the 30-year anniversary, so there's like an embargo and blah, blah, blah. So we will not. That's going to have to wait till next July 6th. This year we will be able to like show some clips, play around with the movie in some ways. We're going to have a lot of fun.
There might be a Jurassic Park Jeep parked out front. You never know.
It will not be live streamed. So this year, which is a change from most July 6th past, we won't be on here doing a full celebratory live stream. Maybe we can find a way to pop on a bit before this is a 10. Maybe we could do a little pop on and wish people the best.
One thing I can share is that, and sorry to just keep directing to the Patreon, but this is just relevant. But on our Patreon, the day of July 6th, this was going to be a surprise, but for those that are here now, spoiling it, we're going to drop. I think it's like a 30-minute. A 30-minute deleted scenes / travel log saga of the July 6th park. The last two that have been compiled into a massive deleted scenes travel log video that will be on our Patreon on July 6th. So a real sit down with some dino nuggets and some popcorn and watch the chaos that was all of the things that didn't make the cut. And I'll tell you, a whole lot didn't. Yeah,
it was a thing. When making it, we were just in Hawaii doing bits for like a week and a half. So we were like, we can't possibly use 95% of this. But it found its home, and there's a lot of super fun stuff that we're excited to share. Catching up a couple things in chat. What's up, Jared from SummerCon? It's so exciting. That was I had a blast. I'm gonna say there's a number of guesses about a special guest, and there's some good leads. Y'all got some good leads. Also wanted to super quick, Chris, who I reffed in comedy sports in high school. That's incredibly kind. What a fun random thing. So on July 6th, come to the party. Watch 30 minutes of us screwing around and having a fantastic time, and of course, most importantly, celebrate in your heart. Celebrate in your heart.
Find maybe again, I think if you're debating having kids, this is a great time to have the conversation so we can learn from Ian Malcolm and Dr. Sattler's emotional arcs. I think if you're on the fence.
Who? Well, I guess do you mean like cuz they both sort of in different films reconciled?
Dr. Grant, did I say Malcolm?
You said Ian Malcolm, but the second film is sort of also about his journey into parenthood.
Dr. Grant, Ian, and Dr. Sattler.
Yeah.
But then Ian Malcolm, there's kid themes. Yeah. And then also because July 6th Park is also all about friendship, really carry friendships near and dear to your heart. If you're on the rocks with somebody, patch it up.
Oh, it is sort of also one of those like National Forgiveness Days.
Yeah.
It's important.
Yeah.
But in the spirit of like archaeology, you have to first unearth whatever trauma between you is causing a rift, then bring it back to life.
Right.
Reanimate that fight that you've long buried. Reanimate it, put it like in a park. Let it run wild, potentially destroy you both. But when you make it through it, you'll realize this wasn't something we needed at all. I feel like with like 3 seconds of polishing, that's a really good metaphor.
That might be the new tagline.
Work on that.
We'll make the words a little more concise, but it'll probably be like a 3-sentence tagline of what the spirit of the holiday means.
I think that's something really special.
And then if you ever like, and I think all of the fights can start with, you unearth an egg or something like that, and then you open it up and you look to each other and you're like, you bred raptors. As in, like, there might be a problem here. Let's talk about this.
Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah. Again, with like 3 seconds of polish, I think it's really.
I think we'll be able to punch
all of this up. Yeah.
Psych is gonna watch Jurassic Park for the first time on July 6th.
Oh, I
What a journey.
wish I was able to body swap or brain swap for that experience.
Chris, as we've mentioned many times before, has seen it so often and had a summer where he set up like a fog machine and lighting, special green lighting and ferns in his bedroom so that he could watch it amongst the trees.
You know, we all find new ways to find the joy, find the nuance, find new little angles that you might not have seen. And really, I think that film was originally intended, from what I heard from Spielberg, to be watched through ferns.
Yeah.
So I was just more thinking of the filmmaker's integrity there.
You honored their original intent.
Yeah.
Ramirez Argent points out, yes, there'll be a watch along on Discord that night. So if you can't make it to our party, watch with some
Check
friends.
it out on Discord. And our Discord is linked in the description of all of our videos. So go to any sketch, go to our about section, and then there's a link to join the Discord. Check that out.
Crayon Thief still hasn't watched the most recent film.
I wouldn't call it a JP movie. I'd call it a JW movie.
I'd call it a JL movie for Jurassic Locusts.
Yes.
It is inexplicably largely about locusts. You should do it like a Rocky Horror Picture Show when you got up on stage, acted out in front of the screen. Definitely when we eventually will be able to, like whatever year we're able to screen the feature, we're definitely planning on having some interactive elements and maybe some drinking games and stuff. And this year we're hoping to be able to show some clips and play with stuff in that way. But we'll leave those surprises for those of you who can make it out.
And if you do have friends in LA, share the fun. I think it will be fun. It will be fun for those that have no idea what this is as well to some degree. I almost want to see people stumble in there to be like, what the hell is happening now?
Where is the joke?
Yes.
What is sincere?
What is this?
I'm having fun. Am I supposed to, or are we making fun of me?
Yeah. No, it is earnest fun through and through.
It's going to be a really good time.
Jack, do you have anything that you're most excited for this July 6th park? What part of the holiday brings you the most joy?
I committed with whatever I wouldn't say enthusiasm from anybody who's helping us plan this, with just like, yeah, man, go for it. I committed really hard to, like, I'm going to write a 7-round pub trivia for Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
And July 6th Park, Jurassic Park stuff. Because I was like, at one point we were talking about like, oh, maybe we're in a bar and we do that, whatever. And I just kind of started writing it. And Chris and people who are helping us plan it were like, that's fine. So I'm going to type it all up. It's going to be a handout. You can fill it out while you're there. I'm going to give the answers at the end of the night. Well, I bought prizes for it. Why? Why? I just really like writing weird, puzzly trivia games. So I did it, and whoever wants to participate can. It's going to be just a free little side game at the thing that maybe once it's burned at the live event, maybe that can be the next Patreon stream for people who don't make it to the live event. Maybe we could have a little,
that's fun.
Have a little trivia night on the stream.
I'm very excited to just be able to carry around new merch and stuff that I just have bought over the last year. I think I'm just going to carry a lunchbox around. I've also got my my Hammond cane. I'm just slowly turning into Richard Attenborough. I haven't figured out what I'm going to wear yet.
Okay.
I feel like maybe I just go like a mosaic, like of all the characters.
Oh, beautiful.
You know? Maybe it's like what's that musician who was like painted and against the wall and like blends in with the wall? Gautier, yeah, but like the Gautier of Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
What were you thinking about going as, Jack? I mean, you've done
I've done a Dern. I was thinking guy in a July 6th Park t-shirt.
That's classic, dude.
Which both in real life and canonically in our videos, I don't know if you've noticed, Chris, but I have never ever done. I have never, not once, worn a July 6th in all of our stuff, and when we hang out. I never have our merch. I always have the Jurassic Park merch.
I've seen that as a creative choice.
It has been a creative choice,
yes.
but I'm like, now that we're doing this in real life and lifting the curtain on kayfabe a little bit, I feel like I can finally really cut loose and celebrate the holiday in earnest myself.
That's true. It's a real.
So I think I'm gonna wear the merch.
You've just been a locust and chrysalis this whole time, and now you're finally going to emerge as your true form.
Yeah.
In one of those T-shirts.
We are sort of the locusts of the, like, our holiday is sort of a, what does this really have to do with it?
Hard disagree.
That's awesome.
Chris Smith, the Gautier of Jurassic Park lore. I love it. Porta Potty Guy. Great idea.
Porta Potty Guy, pretty fun. The blood-sucking lawyer.
Oh, did you guys? Someone shared with me the 30th anniversary merch store in Universal Orlando or something like that. And then there's like a walking video tour. They've got it's massive. And then there's like literally a toilet setup there's a T-Rex that's popping out from some ferns.
Okay.
And then you get a little photo op of you everybody can be a porta potty guy.
That's a good photo op. I think we should rip that.
Yeah, for sure.
We should
absolutely.
Get that. We should have one of those.
Because I think getting sued by Universal, I think will do some great things for the holiday.
I think it could be our best possible pub. Sagas Bakery. My boyfriend recently rewatched the movies. I made him watch each J6P video after its matching film. I think that's the way to do it.
That is a very fun stitch, because I feel like not a lot of people have acknowledged the fact that we've named every July 6th Park video after its subsequent pairing of the Jurassic Park movies. The only one that's the standout is the J6P NFT video, but that's kind of they're like a two-part. It's like a part 1, part 2 finale situation with that one.
Yeah. They didn't release Dominion in time for us to do Dominion, and we already knew that we wanted Dominion to be our Hawaii trip. We had already planned that, so since that movie didn't come out and we were kind of stalling a year because we couldn't do the Hawaii trip that year. Yeah, to pull the curtain back, when we released the NFT video, this was 2021, so it was still like COVID travel stuff, but we had already had the plan to do the Hawaii video, and it was because I was supposed to go to a comic convention, an anime convention in Hawaii, and we were going to build it around that, and then the convention got canceled and just travel didn't seem like the right thing, so we made that sort of in-between video that doesn't perfectly sync to one of the films, but that's set up and sort of was just us committing, we like this idea enough, let's put it out there that we're actually going to do it next year.
We have to do self-accountability on this one.
Yeah.
Speaking of accountability, Epsilon Glance. My girlfriend's birthday is July 6th. God bless you guys for helping me remember every year. I owe you one. Hey,
yes!
You've more than you owe us none.
Why are people talking about all these dinosaurs? Oh no, my girlfriend.
Yeah.
Inexplicably buy her a bunch of JP merch for her birthday and don't explain it. Yeah, it is tough, right? Friends with Christmas birthdays, New Year's birthdays, it's like you're always going to be overshadowed. Everyone's busy at their July 6th park parties. Right. When do you get to celebrate? Do you
what
have
is
to
your
just
day?
Fold your thing into it?
Yeah, that's rough. So I guess you could always bump it maybe legally earlier, but then you're running into July 5.
Yeah, tough. Louis Moffat, your videos are mwah. Thank you so much. Thank you. We hope you like the next 14.
And maybe some more.
And maybe more. We hope you like the next 14, then go, sorry, what? What was this piece of shit? And then a couple after that.
Yeah, because there's a couple experiments.
There might be one.
Stuff. Yeah. Legend says that if you play each July 6th park alongside its corresponding movie, it syncs up perfectly, even though they're different lengths. And the legends are true.
Yeah.
Also, be careful what they say when you play them backwards.
Yeah. Chris wrote a very detailed guide of exactly when to pause in our videos so that it catches. and then for 34 minutes, pause.
You have to play Jurassic Park at 12x, I think.
Yeah.
Compared.
And then Chris cries right as the T-Rex pulls down.
Yeah. I'm noticing I'm just everything's blue over here. I'm just realizing I'm blue hat, blue shirt, blue bed.
Yeah.
I really need to get more reds, yellows, and blacks
Yeah.
over here. I should have done my. I should just have a full Jurassic Park
Yeah.
bedspread, or even better, July 6th Park bedspread.
Yeah. Blue is your house, and the blue is thing, and the shirt is blue, and me for yourself.
Well, now our live stream's getting flagged because that's perfect.
I sang
verbatim
so
song
perfect.
singing. When are we going to collab with Rhett and Link? We would love to collab with Rhett and Link.
Oh yeah, total fan.
One day, hopefully, we get to meet those guys. Those are some heroes. We got to collab with Jack and Dean out of the UK, and then also Britannic, who just got their own Patreon.
Oh yeah, they're on Patreon now too.
Yeah. So full support to the sketch comedy.
We've got
Patreon.
Hopefully that this is one we can't say yet, but in that 14. Well, it's weird. So we shot all the stuff, but there's one that has a, as of yet, uncompleted element that will hopefully be a very fun collaboration that we'd be very excited to share. How have you guys not broken into mainstream media? Not assuming you even want to, but have you guys ever had offers with that? I mean, we both work in the industry. You know, there's that like grindy actor, writer. You keep going and you're looking for opportunities. But yeah, I mean, we work in those spaces as well.
Jack does a lot of VO work.
He's VO. Dragon Prince season 5 trailer just dropped. Check it out. Also, I think season 4, Monkey Kid, the feature that starts the season, I think that just dropped as well. So it's out. There's some stuff out there.
But we definitely have. We've done like writing jobs in like TV. Very much like film, TV stuff is a big time hustle, but this is also a place now that we're really realizing, you know, cut out the middleman, be able to put our stuff out through the channel and through what we do here, and continue to do our individual hustles, but hope that you know, we're not waiting on anybody when we get to be able to put stuff out here, which is great.
Abbreviated reviews. Yeah, it's Dragon Prince. It's a show about running little photographs through mud. Fellow actor, writer strike affecting you guys. Obviously, it's very important. Yeah, I mean, and Chris is WGA, so he's out there striking. I've joined the line one time. I haven't been that supportive.
But you've been out there. You showed some solidarity.
I've been out there. I was in 3 weeks of jury duty. Took me out of a lot of it. Yeah.
No, it's crazy.
One. It's tough.
It's interesting to see the various levels of how it's affecting a lot of our friends out here. It's not fun for anybody, but at the same time, it's important.
Yeah.
So hope that you all support the pursuit. It's the tip of the spear and a lot of the entertainment stuff as it rolls through. And it's been a wild way to also reconnect with a lot of friends.
Yeah.
You go out to the picket line, and then it almost turns into like summer camp where you're kind of out there, and then you like reconnect with a friend and fall in step, and then, you know, do various laps and grab lunch afterwards. So we're making the most of it.
Yes. And we'll see tomorrow if SAG joins as well.
Yeah.
We'll be out there anymore. I wasn't Truman Showed at jury duty. No, I was not in season 2 of jury duty. I was on a very real and sad jury. Are your mainstream avenues how you fund your channel, or is it mainly Patreon? No. We work on stuff together and individually in film and television stuff. But our channel right now is funded. It has in the past been us putting our own money in, you know, stuff that we're making through our other ventures. But right now it's funded entirely by Patreon. So please check out our Patreon if you're interested.
We also, we'd mentioned this at the end of the previous sketch, but our friend Caroline, who did all the animations on the sketch, this was just like a fun favor she did almost like last minute for us on this recent sketch, because we'd been working with her for a long time on our first full animated short that's been going to film festivals this whole year. I'm likely going to be going up to Washington in a couple weekends for the Walla Walla Washington Festival up there for it. But you can watch it right now on Patreon. We have to keep it behind the Patreon wall while it's doing the festival thing, because you're not allowed to have it out there publicly.
We have 2 short films, an animated one and a live action one, that are both available on Patreon, but we haven't been able to release publicly yet because they're doing film festivals. So there's some goodies hiding back there, and season 2 of the podcast is all hiding back there on Patreon. So check it out.
Yeah.
Snuck into jury duty, Rube. I wouldn't recommend that. I was very excited about jury duty. I was very like, oh, I want to serve my civic duty. But it was, it ended up being I was like, oh, I want like a cool, like, copyright lawsuit or something where like, which artist really invented the, I was like, give me that, give me cool like litigation. And it was not, it's, sad, just sad. It was a really sad thing. It was a sad thing.
But you did your duty?
I did my civic duty.
I have mine coming up soon.
Yeah.
I've delayed it a couple times, and
But
now
you're in.
It's going to have to happen.
Okay.
Yeah. So we'll see what
if you
comes
would
out.
like
Maybe
tips,
I'll be on season 2.
Yeah. If you would like tips on getting selected, I have tips.
Oh, great. Apparently Rube also knows how that works just by sneaking in.
Just sneak
is what
in.
It sounds like.
A lot of things are just sad. It's absolutely true.
Thank you, Endgame. Love you guys. Your video is great. Love watching them.
Thank you.
Thank you for saying that. We are we do it for you. We do it for ourselves too. We have a great time doing it, and it's just very fun to share it and actually be able to be like, okay, trust us. We've been working on this for a while, and now the fun part is we get to let you in on the dumb jokes.
Yeah. What are the tips for getting on jury duty? It's mostly be honest, be personable, seem like someone who's like calm and normal, and then when asked about stuff, acknowledge areas of potential personal bias while committing confidently to like, hey, here's a thing that like, oh, I might, that might be in my mind because whatever, but like I would do my best to not let that affect me. I would focus on the thing. I'm going to listen. I'm going to, whatever. How much of your videos are improvised? It varies a ton. It varies a lot.
Depends. Yeah, it's like all of them are largely scripted. All of them really, a lot of them are very like, depending on, I'd say the best way to know how much they're scripted or not is to see how tight they look, how glossy they look. Because oftentimes when we're doing something that's like genre play, we have only a small amount of time. When we got a crew together and we have to make it look like an alien spaceship, or we have to make it look like we're in a warehouse and we're superheroes, supervillains, that requires like, we know exactly what we're going to get and get it.
Yes.
And then we paint between the lines. But a lot of the like,
though you say that, but the supervillain one, definitely like, we have sequences in that are like so tight we didn't improvise anything. But then that one, has a ton of ad libs that made it. Yeah.
Yeah. I think probably like the July 6th park stuff, there's a lot of looseness. There's a lot of looseness in Wormhole Monocle. That was one that we were kind of floating around, but still had a end game. One that looks like it's very improvised, but isn't, is the What's My Line? That one we like rehearsed
very, very
to the ground
tight.
from necessity. Yeah.
What should the next Jurassic Park movie be about? I don't think they've really delved into the locusts enough. Why wasn't it Jack and Chris?
We'll delete that question.
I pushed for Chris and Jack. I like the.
It's a real
the hard in, hard out.
It's back to front. Chris and Jack,
yeah.
Or you go back and front. It's bookended. Yeah, that's what it is. Chris and Jack.
Yes, too close to Jack and Chris, which is our only fans.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite TV show, movie at the moment? I, as the father of a 3-year-old, watch one TV show at a time. I can commit to like one show that I'll watch once a week or whatever. If Groundhog Day was 100% improvised, that'd break my brain. No, but plenty of room for ad lib in there and plenty of stuff we tried. I just really enjoyed Mrs. Davis. What a bizarre, silly show that I really had a good time.
You've told me
watching.
about this. I need to get into. I haven't seen
I did end up
liking
it. I did end up liking it. And obviously Succession I thought was incredible. You finally watched? Did you finish?
I'm on the last episode. I'm diving in tomorrow. And then I watched I Think You Should Leave season 3. Love all of those.
I have not yet. I need to do that.
So funny.
What does the crew look like on a typical sketch? We're in usually it will typically be like 4, I'd say, is the most common sort of arrangement. DP with a a grip and a gaffer, and then a sound person will usually be I'd say our average crew, and then sometimes we'll bring on an extra person or two to help. If it's like a really complicated day, we'll try to get sort of an AD type to come help us keep everything moving. But that's our most typical.
Yeah. How do you guys decide who plays which character in your skits? Do you rock, paper, scissors for the villain role?
That's interesting. Sometimes we write very much to one of us. Sometimes it's like one of us has a bit or has a character that like sits on them, and we're explicitly writing to like see you do that character, whatever. And then other times we'll just like read the script, flip flop roles, whatever. Sometimes one of us will have a strong opinion. There's not like
That's usually, I'd say that's like 15% of the time. Mostly it's like we know what roles we're right for, or at a time, like it depends also on like if we're doing a block of them. Sometimes there's that subconscious element of like, oh, these will probably be released in a certain version of an order. Let's not have like 3 big characters on Jack in a row.
We'll
swap
do
that out a little bit.
Who hasn't done one of these for a while? Who hasn't, whatever, and try to think a little bit about the canon. I'd say we used to do that probably a bit more, and we're a bit more like trying to make sure, well, then this one's a this one and this one's a that and whatever. And this batch had probably more rock and roll it. That felt funny on you when we read it. Cool, let's do it. This one felt good. Great. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say also this batch we probably had more than our average output of things that were closer to we're playing ourselves. We probably have more in this batch, like kind of 2 guys talking sketches than we have in the past. But we do have some very big characters as well.
There are a few to mix it up.
There are also in this next batch one for each of us, like two sketches, one for each of us that feature a major like returning character. Those ones were easy to cast.
There is a lot of and we did there in this batch. There is a fair amount, sometimes more subtle than others, of cinematic universe building.
Yeah.
Handy Manny asks, has someone asked about the podcast season 2, please? So we, for those that don't know, have a podcast called Podcast Pilots the Podcast, where in each episode we pilot a new podcast that we might try out, and then at the end of the season we'll vote on which one was the best, and we'll do that as a second episode for our season finale. We made 2 seasons of it. The first season is out everywhere publicly. The second season is just exclusively behind Patreon. We haven't recorded a 3rd season because we mainly wanted to just see how it went, see what people thought of it, and then the potential of trying to find a way to get a partner to help out with producing a 3rd season, or seeing where that might land. But season 2 is completely done. We have videos versions of it, we have just the audio version of it, so just
we don't have like we don't have a current plan of release for that. I'm sure at some point it will be available publicly, but we're currently leaving that as a fun little thing for that Patreon community. This is a fun question by James. How do the various parts of making a sketch rank for you guys? Is filming more enjoyable than writing, more enjoyable than editing, or whatnot? What's your thought there, Chris? I'd say like pure joy. There is nothing in writing or editing that equates to the like walking away from a set feeling like we just got what we wanted and everything went great. Like that is the number one high. And beats like, that's a better feeling than like releasing a sketch. I would say is probably the lowest. That would be my lowest rank. It's that then it's like, oh, I don't want to pay for that.
Yeah.
But yeah, walking off of a set and in the middle of a shoot day too is probably.
I think I'll say 2 general things. Directing and acting are my favorite things. Those are that's when I feel most buzzed. That's when I feel most alive in what we do. And then there's specific moments in other processes that really get me. Like I really enjoy writing when two versions of writing, when we are punching up on a script and riffing on a script and playing. It's almost like a version of the acting side of it.
Yeah.
And I really do like the like final pass at a script and knowing there's something we're going to shoot. Like that feels really electrifying.
Punching up, getting our alts built out.
Yeah.
This is the thing we do before. We always include a phase in the writing process that's just like a day or two before we shoot it. We spend a while going like, cool, here's our best version of each of the jokes that we want to have in the sketch. And then here's like, we circle a bunch of the jokes and just go like, let's have like 5 other versions of that joke that we can just pop off a quick take of so that we have stuff to play with in the edit. We're always big on like giving ourselves stuff to fiddle with so that
paints.
Yeah. And that does lead to some really fun parts of the edit process too, which obviously is like, I would say the grindiest for that, and it's you. That's like the a kind of a brutal part of the process, but does lead that process too gets some really fun, like you'll send me something that has like that I'm like, that wasn't in the script, it wasn't in the original script, and you've found this moment that we tried one time that I completely forgot about that is like, oh, that's way better than like that's going in. Like that make some really fun discoveries in there. Yeah,
I like that. I was gonna say I like that part of the post process. So I think the general thing of like the acting and directing, those are just like general statements. Then you get in these other processes that are very specific, and for the editing part that is most specific, it's towards the end of it, because it's when I like we're really zeroing in on rhythm jokes. Jack gets to pick and have like, it's like a great back and forth for both of us to be able to filter through like what's rising from all of these alts, all of these different ideas. And I really enjoy when I know the sketch works for the most part, and then the like zoning in and just the polishing, the music addition, the like really like making it work and find the rhythm of it. And then I really like the process of us kind of like, now we're just talking about literally like, should we have that pause there? Should there be a
little bit more,
a little bit of an extra
full bottom, or do a little half dip? That stuff gets really exciting. And then in the writing process, there's a lot of really fun stuff. The initial spark, like a lot of times before one of us writes a sketch, one of us will bring the other one a half idea that we're just like chatting about while usually like while working on something else. We go like, hey, is this a thing? And then that little feeling of like, ooh, I think it is. Maybe it goes this way. Maybe there's this. We're riffing on the characters. That's an incredibly fun part of the writing process.
We got a couple of those going on right now.
We do. We have a couple.
There's a little bit of
and then I also, a feeling that I love in writing is we've done that. We've talked through a sketch. We talked about like, okay, what's going to be in there? What's sort of the flow of it? What's the structure of it? We've riffed a couple of jokes. We've got like a good amount of it in mind. So then I go to write it, and a lot of it is stuff we've already talked about. I get really excited about like, oh, and then there's this one little joke I put in there that I'm just like, while we're reading it, like, you're gonna like that one. That's a very fun feeling.
Ramirez asks, since 14 is so many sketches, did any of the last sketches end up being a sequel to one of the first? So within the production block, did we have any? I don't think so. I think they're all fresh.
We just released When to Send an Email. There's an alt ending to when to send an email that makes it a prequel to another sketch.
That is true.
But we didn't use it.
Also, I want to say Tomo messaged me saying we should release a direct sequel to When to Send an Email exactly 3 Junes from now to close the loop.
Love that.
I think that's fun.
Love that.
What school of sketch or improv did you guys come up through? Any favorite past scene partners? Oh, that seems like a leading question. Is this a past scene partner? Papaya Cat?
Oh, no. We did stuff in college at UCLA. Did UCB, Groundlings, plenty of that stuff. Did comedy sports in high school.
Jack was big at Groundlings. You did
Sunday Company.
Yeah.
I mean, lots of incredible people have enjoyed working through all of those things. I mean, most of them are just, I'm going to say the names of like my closest friends. I mean, Jordan, who you see in our sketches, is a long time. Like, we all did improv together in college, and it was such a joy. People I loved working with at Groundlings, Dhruv Uday Singh, Jess Pauley. I mean, lots of incredibly talented people. all through the ranks.
Sokka's Bangerang asks, I got to see Britannic's sketch show earlier this year and it made me wonder if you guys would ever consider performing skits live. We did a lot of live stuff in that almost like college era, post-college zone. Absolutely. At least I definitely love the live side of stuff. That itch has been scratched for me with Blue Man Group. I'll do that and I'll kind of like get the live performing out. But there are certain sketches of ours that I think we talked about like would be fun to translate.
Which ones
to
work as whatever.
Yeah, like Wormhole Monocle or What's My Line.
Yeah. It's definitely a thing. It's one of those like, ooh, that would be really fun. When would be the time to put this stuff aside to work that? But it'd be a super cool thing. Chris, Adrian asked, could you explain one of the 14 videos in 3 noises? I'll set you that prompt. Pick one and explain it in 3 noises. In the meantime, have there been any sketches where you finished producing it but never released it? No. We've gotten really far down the line. There's been stuff that I guess there's stuff we've shot pieces of and never finished, very rarely. And then there's stuff that we've been like ready to go to shoot and end up scrapping. That has happened, but we've never completed a sketch and chosen not to release it.
There is one that we'll probably still release that was shot like 2.5 years ago, and then the VO elements you edited.
Oh yeah. Oh, that one might get scrapped.
Maybe we haven't seen yet if that one is going to make it.
We've talked about it as a potential scrap. We'll see. 3 sounds, Chris.
3 sounds
for one of our 14 new sketches, and I better know. At least
you won't. By the way, this is impossible.
If I don't even know. Yeah.
All right. Ring. Huh. Glub.
Hold on.
Yeah. Ring. Huh. Glub.
Hold on. I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, okay. That's not bad.
That was not a bad
delivery.
That was tough for me,
yeah.
But you did well.
Okay.
That's could end up being the shortest in the block. Has a potential to be the shortest in the block. It's a fun one. I like that sketch a lot.
Let's rapid fire some of these because we're going to go to a Patreon after party stream here in 10 minutes. So if anybody wants to join us for when we cut loose a little bit,
we're going to be over there. I'm going to bust out some. I got some bourbon in the next room. And then because Chris is going to see Indiana Jones.
I'm going to see Indiana Jones tonight.
So from 5 to 6, we'll be over there.
Oh, I should show you this. This has been huge in my life.
Oh,
thing.
yes. I saw you post about this. Tell me. And meanwhile, I'll gather some other questions. Go ahead.
I got
already.
I got a targeted Instagram ad that was the only time I've ever bit, and I'm so glad I did because it directed me to Etsy, where someone had created and creates exact duplicates of the Grail diary from Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. Not only that, like pause the movie to look at the pages that you can see in the movie and then went above and beyond to literally handwrite, and now duplicate into this Grail diary, like entries as Henry Jones. And I like sat down with a drink and put the soundtrack on for 2 hours. And in 2 hours, I only made it like a quarter of the way through this thing because the entries are so detailed and it's like a full narrative. And then it just like expertly touches on little moments that you recognize from the movies and just like put you in the head of what like Henry Jones was thinking. Like the whole opening to the last movie when when Indiana as a kid like comes in and has to recite Greek and blah, 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 as his dad is like there working on the journal. It's like the exact page that he would be on there and what he was thinking of and how it was interrupted. But look at this
Incredible.
thing. We've got like all kinds of little inserts and pages and Grail imagery. And yeah, it's frigging amazing. I gotta just now clean all that up.
Amazing.
Yeah, but anyways, I'm very excited.
Would you ever consider making an Indiana Jones themed date holiday? Indiana Jones and the Last of May?
Yep. All right, really quick. We're gonna truly rapid fire these.
Yes.
Jack. We're gonna do this like truly rapid.
Great. You pop off any questions you see. Hi, asks how
go.
long are you guys typically working on location? A day. All of our sketches we try to shoot. We try to set ourselves up to shoot one day, and then the sort of thing one of the experiments we tried in this last batch. One of the reasons we were able to make 14 is we tried to write stuff at similar locations. Go like, cool, here's a short one that we could film at the same location that we're filming this one, so we can get 2 in that day. Here's a long short film that has like 5 different locations. Let's shoot 2 pages of each of those locations while we're also filming another sketch or 2 that day. So we tried to do less than a day a sketch this time and kind of rely on some of the processes we've built to be able to move quickly. Hopefully you won't notice.
What if you have conflicting ideas for a video? How do you decide which to choose? Do you choose the middle ground? I don't think we usually kind of put it through an initial filter of we both give a thumbs up before it goes too far. Scripting process, right?
Yeah, but I mean, sometimes down the line, sometimes on edit choices, whatever, we do not, I would say we never go middle. We always try to, we have, I think I would say we usually have faith that like one of us has it right. We're very, it's one of my favorite things about our Temple of June, also good. One of my favorite things about our process is we're both really meticulous. Like if there's a little writing idea or a little edit moment where like we're both down to like, no, there must be something closest
there's
to
a right
answer
here.
So we will keep talking until like one of us has convinced the other person, and then both of us like have all the faith in the world in the other person, so therefore a willingness to like see and listen and concede and whatever. So I think
another big thing that's really good that we've found is that we will definitely voice in a safe space our opinion and belief in one or the other as a part of the debate. And then when an answer is decided on, we do then relinquish any like told you so's.
Right. And
there's
cool.
an element of like,
how do we make the one we just picked work as well as possible? What do we do to emphasize that choice and whatever?
And if for some reason it turns out to be the wrong choice or a choice that could have been better, it's this feeling of like human error will happen and let it go. And we almost joke sometimes about that being the thing of like, cool, now that we agree on this thing, this will be the one thing that makes this video fail. Like that becomes
you just ruined it, but that's fun.
Yeah.
But genuinely, also, I so quickly forget which things I felt really strongly about and which things I fought for. Like that leaves my brain immediately. The exception will be there are some points in the process where the answer will just be, oh, let's just get both. Like if we've got like 2 different jokes for a moment. I mean, some things are too big of branches to be able to get both, but there are some things where we go like, oh, that's a funny joke, that's a funny joke. They don't work together, but let's just get both and see what feels good. For endings, we're always trying to get 3 different endings in the can because like endings in particular are so much end up being a rhythm and feel thing that like you can have your favorite idea for an ending, but if it doesn't totally play right, you want to have something else to slot in and try.
And sometimes even in the edit, we'll come up with a completely new ending.
Rework material, move
like
stuff around.
The superhero one, we I want to say we even like in the edit decided like, oh, we can make this punchier by doing a voiceover element at some point even. As an alt,
which ruined the sketch. We figured
that's what it was. Ruined it.
Other
guy's big fan. Favorite sketch: the 1 hour juggling challenge. Any chance of a sequel? Oh, there's a sequel. The sequel is on my personal YouTube channel, Merry Chris Smith. I broke the world record for longest duration of juggling 4 objects, and the video is right there.
Boom.
3 hours. Please do a reaction video. Thank you.
Alphonse asks, "Are endings hard?" They're generally the toughest. Where like sometimes they're the first thing you have. It's like an idea that comes with an ending that has like a punchline type of sketch. In which case, like, great. Other sketches are kind of built around here's a like bit that you can kind of keep working through and keep working through and keep working through. So do you end by breaking that pattern, by just doing the highest version of that bit, like whatever gets really tricky and it's also just it's a feel thing sometimes of like, well, is this still going to feel surprising after we've done this? So so a lot of times that is the thing that those like last day alt sheet type of generations that I'm talking about, that will frequently include like, cool, and what are 2 other ways we could end it in case those don't work?
The
No, I have not seen all of Chris's record-breaking juggling attempt. I've seen pieces, but I did not.
You gotta. I mean, you gotta binge. You don't want to binge it all.
Yeah. Like I said, like it takes me like a while to watch like a full season of a show, so that's just a little bit every time Frankie goes to bed. I watch Chris juggle.
I've been binging Mission Impossible movies recently, so I want to know if either of you have a favorite one. Fallout, hands down. The helicopter sequence blows my freaking mind.
Oh, unbelievable! 100%.
Truly cinematic, like next level achievements. I couldn't believe that actually happened.
Jack, have you talked to live action Sokka? I assume you mean from the upcoming Netflix series. I have not, but I just met live action Iroh at a con. Just the loveliest man. I got to watch he and Greg Baldwin, who was the second voice of Iroh in the series. I got to watch them meet and connect, and it was beautiful, and I'm very excited about that whole thing, and I'm rooting for it hard. And he is the second person I've met I know who worked on that, who has reiterated to me that the kid playing Sokka is awesome and is crushing it. So I'm very excited to see that.
Brian says, love your work. Do you guys come from an acting or improv background? We were both theater majors at UCLA.
Yep.
Jack has been an actor most of his life.
I was doing sketch stuff. I was on All That on Nickelodeon at like 13, so I was doing sketch stuff early. We've been doing it forever.
Sergio says, guys, we need more videos of you. Best sketch channel ever. Thank you.
Thank you, Sergio. 14 coming
right now. 14 more coming your way. Hopefully that will help with the sleepless nights or keep you awake more with
give you something to bore you to sleep.
Love Spain. You been to Spain, Jack?
Oh yes, I adore Spain. Yeah. I would love to go back. Lisa and I spent like 3 weeks. We were like Barcelona, Valencia, and Granada, and it was unbelievable. Just one of my favorite places I've ever been in the world.
That's where I would want to be sleepless right now.
Yeah, good spot.
Psych says, just want to say thank you for all the years of amazing sketches. I've been sharing every single one with as many people as I could to make up for being too broke for Patreon. That is very much worth
incredible.
More than you know.
Thank
you.
Thank
you very, very much. Chris, do you have any Lego Jurassic Park sets? I don't have any Lego sets. I have a Lego Millennium Falcon that I bought myself for my 30th birthday years ago. But that I looked into them and they're a little pricey, but I don't know if like a sketch partner bought one for a birthday down the road or for a July 6th park, I wouldn't turn that down.
Just wait and see.
Sorry if this has been covered, but will you be at the MMTV premiere this Saturday? Me, myself, and the Void, and are you okay saying hi? Super excited to watch the movie. We will be there.
Absolutely,
and come say
Victor,
hi.
come by. Amazing. Yeah, we did. We chatted about that a bit at the beginning, but if you missed it, Chris and I are in a feature film that we're super excited about that is premiering this Saturday at the Chinese Theater in Hollywood. So come on by.
Check it out. In the Alien sketch where it turns out the guy with the scales and voice is not the alien, was that always part of the whole joke, or was that something that changed while shooting? That was the joke.
That was always the joke.
That was always going to be the joke. It became, it was fun. That's what unlocked it, when we knew that we were going to do that fake out ending.
Yeah.
But then we shot it. I mean, you have to shoot it as if he's the alien the whole time. So in my head, he was.
That's one of those ones where, like, even that, just to speak to how hard endings are, that's one of the ones where, like, oh, the ending came from the beginning, like, as a core part of the idea, that sort of, like, twist, but then even still, we're like, but then you want to hear that one little undercutty joke at the end. Cool, but what's perfect for that little spot after we've already done this twist? How do you then end it? So it's like, even if you have, like, an ending idea, they're still like, right, but what's the actual, like, joke that you then cut off on like what is that? That's always tricky.
Yeah.
Is July 6th Park meant to be a May 4th spoof? Yes.
That was the genesis, and then it became earnest.
Do voices for your characters fall within your natural ranges? Are there characters of yours that you think would be better with higher, lower voices than you can do? Yeah, that probably comes up sometimes. There's probably stuff where it's like, I think more we tend to write to existing strengths and try to. It's a big part of our process. And I think one of my favorite things about like having a partner is like having somebody outside of yourself to go like, oh, this is a thing you do really well. Let's write to that. Let's emphasize that. Having that feedback. So we more tend to write to characters and voices that we think we can do. So it's not usually. I'm not usually thinking like, oh, this is a compromised version. It'd be better if we could do that. But I'm sure there are characters that are like, oh yeah, it would probably sound better if I was sitting a little deeper in the pocket. But
Same.
I think about that all the time.
I'll often be the heist leader guy. I think if I had a deeper voice, I'd be more of a commanding heist leader guy. But we do what we can,
My detectives always sound like this, and I'm forcing it a little bit.
Well, we're gonna probably hop here, right? We're gonna hop over to Patreon for a little after hang for those that want to join us. It'll be 5 minutes. Switch over to Patreon. But this was truly such a joy. A very, very happy early July 6th Park to one and all. Don't forget that to celebrate July 5. Watch Independence Day on Independence Day.
We're gonna keep dropping some of our favorite little moments from the sketches as YouTube shorts, so check those out. And sprinkled in, some of those include pieces that were from like deleted scenes and stuff. So pop over and check them out. Even if you're very familiar with the videos, you might
see some new stuff
and enjoy some stuff in there. But all right, y'all have a great one, patron friends. We'll see you in a few. And
we love y'all.
Everybody,
thanks for the support.
Very happy July 6th Park.
And come say hi in person if you can next week.
Thursday at Dynasty Typewriter in Los Angeles. We'll see you then.
Life finds a day. Bye.